Number 1. Allie Gilmore. Allie Gilmore was immensely successful. At 30 years old, she was working 2 jobs. First, her dream career at the Florida Department of Health as a health analyst, and her second job at Publix. Allie had just purchased her first home and was expecting her first child, being 4 months along. Allie vanished after leaving her second job at Publix and has never been seen or heard from again. Coworkers from the Department of Health call police to report Allie missing the following Friday morning after she fails to show up for work. They find all of her belongings left at her home. Allie was married to a man named James Gilmore, but the couple had their secrets. Allie and James weren't living together at the time Allie vanished. James had moved out and was living with a brother. The couple was living apart and attending weekly marriage counseling due to Allie potentially being pregnant with a man named Dwight Aldridge. While the police department investigate the suspects, they offer a $30,000 reward for information in Allie's case. Friends and family come together, making flyers and putting together a billboard. Allie had met James at work, but over time, their relationship started to struggle. The day that Allie vanishes, James actually misses a counseling and therapy appointment, leaving Allie a voicemail apologizing for missing the appointment. He's fully cooperative with police and is ruled out as a suspect. Dwight Aldridge was willingly going to Allie's prenatal appointments. He called Allie Thursday night at 12:48 p.m. before she vanished, but had no verifiable alibi to give to police. He was never cooperative with police and later goes on to graduate nursing school. Regardless of what happened to Allie, her family deserves justice. If you know anything about her case, contact the authorities listed on the screen at this time. Number 2. Christine Nicole Seal. 22-year-old Christine vanishes mysteriously from her Verona, Missouri home on June 19, 1972. At the time of her disappearance, she is home alone with her 2-year-old daughter. When Christine's husband leaves for work around 8 a.m., Christine and her baby are sound asleep. However, at 9:30, a mailman passing by the house notices the toddler alone and crying for a long time at the door. Her husband is back home by 9:45, but Christine is gone and never seen again. Police are called immediately and search the home just to find Christine's purse, clothes, and car are all still at the home. Bloodhounds are brought onto the property, alert only to Christine's car in the driveway. No other clues turn up. There has been no sighting of her in over 50 years, and there has been no further investigation. Christine's husband files for divorce 2 years after her disappearance and later remarries. He and the new wife raised Christine's child. Christine's parents, Trudy and Doyle Nickel, saved their settlement money obtained by Doyle getting Agent Orange exposure. They post a $25,000 reward. Christine worked at Dwayne's Beauty Shop, and her husband states she went missing with her pajamas and a light coat. Number 3. Marianne Hutchison. Little is known about what happened to 24-year-old Marianne Hutchison in 1979. Prior to her disappearance, she meets a man named James, who she marries, although he's not the father of her 5-year-old daughter. Old newspaper clippings state Marianne and her daughter were last seen headed over to an apartment at Evanston Hospital. Bystanders reported seeing James attempt to force Marianne into his cab or his vehicle outside the hospital, where she was actively stating she would rather go back to her mother's house where she was residing at the time. Marianne was afraid of James and gets in the cab. Marianne's daughter is later returned to her grandmother by an unnamed relative of James. Marianne's daughter later grows up with her mother's side of the family but distances herself from her mother's memory, returning all given belongings. Marianne has never been seen or heard from again. Number 4. Etta Cavalli. 50-year-old mother Etta vanishes mysteriously from Avondale, Arizona on June 1st, 1989, after she was last seen with her adult daughter eating lunch. Etta returned home to the 3600 block of South 126th Avenue, but her husband stated he last spoke to her 4 days later on June 5th. He was not sure where she was calling from because he only spoke to her on the phone. Etta was never seen again. Her daughter reports her missing on June 22nd, but she left behind her checkbook, credit cards, and car. There is no further information known about Etta's case. Please contact Maricopa County Sheriff's Department with any further clues. Number 5. Marlana McElvain. September 12, 2010 marks the day that 28-year-old mom Marlana is last seen at home in the 900 block of West Missouri Road in Tucson, Arizona. Marlana was a hard worker, also raising 2 children under the age of 3 at the time. In the days following her disappearance, Marlana's car is found abandoned remotely near Old Nogales Highway and Los Reales Road in Tucson with her keys in the ignition and her work ID inside. Although Marlana and the kids were living with her mom at the time she vanished, 2 weeks prior to her disappearance, she started seeing her old boyfriend, who is later arrested for unrelated crimes. Marlana was a devoted mother who planned on going to nursing school to support her small family, and unfortunately, her dreams were cut short. If you have any idea or have any clues as to what happened to Marlana, please contact the Tucson Police Department at the number listed on your screen at this time. Number 6. Lisa Magnolia Snellgrove. Lisa was 35 years old and had been 5 months pregnant at the time she vanished, last seen at her home near Live Oak Drive in Apache Junction, Arizona on the early morning hours of October 17, 2003. 20 years later, and nothing else is known about Lisa's case. Only Lisa knew who the father of her child was, and there have been no clues in her case in, again, over 20 years. If you have any information on Lisa's case, please contact the Pima County Sheriff Department at the number listed on your screen at this time. And I wanted to jump on here this week and just say thank you guys for watching this week's episode of Missing Mothers, and I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel, letting me know that you like this kind of content, and I will continue to make it. The more likes and the more engagement these kind of videos get, the more often I'll be able to make this kind of content. So if you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe to my channel, and let's raise awareness on these older cases together. Bye guys, until next time.